And it would be quite nice now if Scourge just went and crept up a bit while he waited for actually if he could get his Death Knight back out very soon. It'd be nice to creep up that Death Knight to 3. Keeping Lich at 3 would probably be fine for now, and then go back for another push with a whole bunch of Fiends, and maybe throw in some Destroyers as well. That'd be a very strong push here. And meanwhile, it looks like just one Skeleton and the Dreadlord are creeping up. That Dreadlord getting dangerously close to 4 and at 5, and at 5 that'd be really very nice for this to continue his harassment. I'm not sure if that's what his plan is, but certainly he could certainly could do a whole bunch of damage if that's what he chooses to do. And meanwhile, it looks like this Lich is actually creeping us out. Although actually, it looks like what is this? Lucifer's actually hired a sapper and has sent it in, I think, to try and steal a creep. Actually, no, he's going for the. Oh my God! Did you see that? He just completely out foxed that Lich. The Lich didn't have the mana for a Nova, and so that sapper just went in and killed one Fiend. Really sneaky play there by Lucifer. I imagine that. Scourge's attention must have been on his Death Knight. That camp is so easy to creep that he must have just been leaving it and not really paying attention. And you can see he did lose. He did actually do a reveal as well, but unfortunately that Shade was out of the way by then, and so actually it looks like the Shade now hiding a Zeppelin, adding insult to injury, and it looks like that Shade will run for freedom. Very nice play there. You can see just why I love Lucifer, and that Dreadlord is now level 5 based up because of that Fiend kill, and so he has bought an invisibility potion. We'll be able to get one more Carrion Swarm off. Looks like he's going for the much better position of the straight in front though, where I think he can get all 5. And look at that, one Carrion Swarm, only hitting 4, but certainly doing a whole bunch of damage. And looks like he's now bringing in some skeletons just to do the remnants of the damage. I think that's what killed those first 2, was just having some skeletons in. And I hope he doesn't have enough mana for one more Carrion Swarm. Takes out 3 more Acolytes. Oh my God, really nice harassment. And meanwhile, Scourge can't really do too much about it, because if he overreacts, then he loses creeping time, and Lucifer can just staff away. He even has a invulnerability potion if he really needs one. But meanwhile, Lucifer doing a whole bunch of damage here. Really nicely played there by him. And looks like meanwhile he's put up a crypt actually in his base. Maybe that's just for blocking. Maybe it's because he wants to build a whole bunch of Gargs. I'd go for Gargs, or maybe just Ghouls at this point still. Certainly once he gets his tier 3 up, which is very close, he could get a Ghoul Frenzy, which would be nice. And actually Undead or Unholy Aura would be nice as well, but certainly solo Dreadlord is really fun as well. And looks like a third crypt actually up for Lucifer in his Bane, so it looks like he will be going for probably mass ghouls, I imagine. Let's take a look at this number. Actually, he doesn't have too much lumber or gold at this point, or actually for that matter ghouls. Actually no, he's a fair few ghouls here, but I think he's solo on lumber. He'll probably be best just to take the ghouls for a while. Looks like that Dreadlord unfortunately running into the army and of Scourge, and so being forced to use his invulnerability potion, and might be able to run out here. Does have a boots, which will probably help him. Actually, no, picking himself up with his Zeppelin. Very nicely played there by him. I thought he was going to suicide himself into the creeps, but in fact, no, he had a better plan. And the Zeppelin, is he going to drop it in the back of the base? This would be really ambitious, considering these 2 towers are up. Will he do this? It looks like that's what he's going for. He does have enough mana for one Carrion Swarm, and he uses it, but obviously those Acolytes are still at very low hit points. We're gonna have to see if he wants to stick around, or I think he probably should get out of here at this point. Just not worth with the risk of losing a level 5 Dreadlord. And it looks like some continued creeping just with this Death Knight. That's really a really good decision. Meanwhile, no aura picked for Scourge. Can that be right? Oh no, he just hasn't picked his skill yet. He must have just been doing a lot of heavy creeping there. And it looks like actually Lucifer hiring some Merc here, hiring the Harpies, I think, yeah, and I'm not sure what he's going to use this for. Maybe to pick off these low Acolytes. That'd be a really clever move here by Lucifer. That's what he went for. Meanwhile, the Zeppelin is still in play. Looks like he's probably going to drop this Dreadlord back in, and maybe go for another Carrion Swarm, and then use the Harpies to pick off the low damage units, or low health units. Yeah, there's the Carrion Swarm there, picking off one Acolyte, taking a couple down to really low hit points, and as soon as those Acolytes come in, I reckon these Harpies are just going to do these the aerial damage. That would be really nice play there by him. And meanwhile, we are seeing a whole bunch of ghouls just going down for Lucifer. Maybe we'll see a Fiend or a Garg transition later, but meanwhile he does just have 5 crypts. That's really nice for him. And it looks like there are just these Harpies doing a whole bunch of damage in Scourge's base. Just so much action. Really nice play. And it looks like a Gargoyle is coming out now. Really nice counter to both that Zeppelin and these Harpies. He might need a second one, I think, actually, because I believe does the Wind Witch have Fairy Fire? I believe he does. I'm not exactly sure. It looks like Lucifer actually pushing up into 51 food now as well. So maybe he's going to be going for an attack soon. Certainly he's had an economy advantage for a while now. And actually look at this Tome of Relics being taken down by these two Harpies. Although this one Gargoyle is coming out soon. I don't know actually enough about the stats about these Harpies to know which one will win between one Gargoyle. Actually, Lucifer actually pushing back down to 50 food now. I guess he's decided he doesn't want to push in quite yet. And it looks like Lucifer really needs to switch focus now. Actually, he's not paying attention. Fairy Fire being used on that Gargoyle, and that should allow the Harpies to take down this Garg, even if they do lose one of the two of them. But it actually looks like, yeah, he's going to lose the Wind Witch, but he should manage to kill the Garg, which is probably a fair trade there. Actually, I'm very close, and that Harpy does just survive. Obviously, Garg's just so nice anti-air. And meanwhile, look at all this mana, 700 mana on that Death Knight, and really nice items for this Lich as well. So I think if Scourge is going to win it, it might be on the back of all that mana, all that healing from the Death Knight. Maybe transferring one of those pendants of mana to the Lich would be quite nice. Obviously, you can't use Coil offensively in here, apart from against that one Harpy. But actually, Lucifer going for another expansion now. If you just think about it, no one dead is this bold. Really nicely played here by Lucifer, and looks like what's the item here? Wand of Illusion. Another very nice item will be really nice to maybe bait some Carrion Storm, something like that. Meanwhile, this Dreadlord is invisible again, very close to level 6. We'll have to see if he can make anything of it, and it looks like this Harpy is going again to go for the kill, and no Gargoyle coming out soon for Scourge, so it looks like this Tome of Relics might get taken down, and actually it looks like Scourge's army might just come out in time. Yeah, it looks like he will, and Nova being used to kill that Harpy right at once, so it can't be microed away, and looks like Lucifer knows that he shouldn't attack. Bit unfortunate for Scourge that he didn't wait a bit longer, make Lucifer waste all his invisibility and mana, and then pop out and force Lucifer to get out of there before he could actually do any damage. And meanwhile, it looks like Lucifer hiring a Sapper here. Really interesting play here. I wonder what he's going to use this for. Probably to take out maybe some maybe these two Ziggurats. I'm not exactly sure. Actually, maybe taking out these two would be quite nice. You could get straight into the base, or actually, I won't speculate. We'll have to see what he does. And it looks like, actually, yeah, one pendant of mana has been transferred to that Lich, who does now have 805 maximum mana, and that Death Knight still at 450 maximum mana. Really nice there for Scourge. We're going to have to see whether or not that will be more than enough to carry away the victory for him, just because, obviously, against all these ghouls, lots and lots of Nova, so it's going to be so critical. And, meanwhile, it looks like this Sapper, is he coming in? Yeah, Sapper's coming in now. It looks like Lucifer has sort of gained aggro with his Dreadlord, just so that the Sapper isn't attacked. Sapper unfortunately going the wrong route, then coming back. It looks like the Ghoul doesn't realise what's going on, but too late. One of these Ziggurats goes down, the other one taking out at really low hit points, but this Dreadlord at really low hit points will need to get out of here. Actually using one more Carrion Storm, and does have enough mana for one more if he wants to, and we're going to have to see. I imagine he will, yeah, he does do it there, and gets level 6, and it looks like he will be able to you will be able to, actually, there it is there, and just taking out one more goal. Actually, some of these acolytes at really low hit points as well, but I think he's now out of mana and actually out of hit points as well, so needs to get back to his base. And meanwhile, we've been seeing more and more creeping here. Obviously, with just one hero, it hasn't been worthwhile for Lucifer to creep, but this level 6 Lich, or level 5 Lich, I beg your pardon, with two pendants of mana at 1010 maximum mana, and Gloves of Haste there, and a Mantle of Intelligence, and what was that item? Sobi Mask as well. Oh my god, what amazing items for this Lich. And Lucifer is aware of it, though, and actually looks like a counter expansion has gone off now for Scourge, although certainly he's actually, yeah, Lucifer doesn't have any acolytes on this mine, but he does have the potential to be out mining Scourge once this one mine does run out, and I don't think we've seen it scouted yet by Scourge. And it looks like this Dreadlord has finally healed up a bit. Should probably buy an invulnerability potion just against that Lich, because obviously Nova and then some sort of focus could be really dangerous, considering he only really has high damage output, low hit point units such as ghouls, which are actually 2-2 upgraded. That's really unusual. And look at all these ghouls here. 72 food, basically pure ghouls. He has 5 food of hero, 10 food of acolytes, and the rest I think is ghouls, and it looks like he's bringing them all with him. He does actually have a Zeppelin here, which he probably should repair and bring with him as well, just to try and save that Dreadlord if he needs it. But it looks like this Lich continuing to creep just for the items, because he is level 5, and we'll be trying to take out this Drake, but I wonder if the attack will actually get it here too quickly. Obviously Frenzy has been researched now, so those ghouls just so maneuverable, so nice against fiends. I think just some air would be so critical here. If you can get out some destroyers maybe. Obviously Lucifer will eventually be able to respond with gargoyles, but just obviously any sort of large magic damage would absolutely destroy these ghouls, especially if you get splash as well. But it looks like this level 6 Dreadlord might be able just to win it with this one battle if he does manage to get in here just after such nice harassment all game. And looks like this Lich is now running back. I'm going to try and meet up with the rest of the army, but it looks like actually it's just a bit of a trap here by Lucifer. I think he's sort of trying to convince Scourge to TP back, and then he's going to bring in more ghouls and sort of force him into a bad position. But it looks like actually these ghouls will be scutted out by this Lich. We get a really nice Nova off. There's a first Nova. Only 500 mana out of his maximum 1000, unfortunately. Obviously he didn't spend enough time with the drop mana pendant, and you can see all these ghouls unable to kill the invulnerable Lich, but it looks like this Death Knight doesn't have that problem, can easily be surrounded here, and it looks like that Lich will probably get surrounded as well as soon as he's done. Actually, there's the Infernal there, and it looks like that stun will be more than enough to surround that Lich. Lich does have an invulnerability potion, though it is on cooldown because he did just use one, and this Death Knight could get a call, although it looks like the Lich is just going to TP away, and at this point I'm not sure that that Scourge has enough to hold this off, even with his towers. I think Lucifer's done so much damage that he can just continue to push, and even this Infernal is going to be doing a whole bunch of damage here. He's going to be he's just going to be doing so much damage, even against this Death Knight. Obviously he does have an chaos damage, and so that does do so much damage even to heroes.